So this time in my coming videos, I'm going to talk about food. So you might be wondering, I'm a physical therapist and why I am talking about food. So when most of these stuff I actually learn about food is not in our school. In our school, they taught us just basic about nutrition, and whatever they taught us is kind of the wrong and old information. So many of you probably already know if you know us or you have seen by me in the past, because both the way through the practice when I was treating people, I was very unsuccessful. Means people are going to get better somewhat, but then there is so much a problem, and that is kind of forced me to look into the food, and also I look for my personal stuff. You probably don't know, or you might know, I personally actually went through a lot of weight gain, and I personally actually at one point was taking medication for my high blood pressure, as well as I didn't have diabetes, but what they call as the insulin resistance. And while I was personally suffering with that, and what I knew, that was very confusing. So I was going through the quest, not only for my personal gain, I was searching for it professionally. And now, of course, anybody we see here, or I always emphasize a lot more without just not the treatment, we also focus a lot on how we are going to change and get into a healthy diet. But healthy means different to different people. There is a lot of confusion. You will hear that is healthy, then you hear something else, and you will say, no, 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 that is really bad for you. And that's what, when I talk to most of our patients, they have their certain ideas of health or what healthy is the food is. But the matter is, it is very easy to change somebody's religion, but it is very hard to change somebody's food habit, because food itself, it is so emotional. At least for me, I know most of the people, there is certain food remind you of certain things. So there's a lot of attachment. Food can remind you of your mother, your grandmother, the picnic you had. So food has a lot of emotional attachment. So here, I'm not here to talk about good food, bad food, horrible food, nothing like that. I'm going to give you the right information. Then you take the information and you can modify. So this is why dieting does not work. And I'm going to talk about that in my subsequent videos. But this is here to give you facts, which is based on science, what we know. But yet, you can take this information, you can modify your own life. Because without modifying the food, if we think we can eat whatever we want and we take the medication to fix it, our body does not work that way. I have been gone through that myself. So our body does not work that way. So if you hear me talking in the past, so three things we have to fix, because our body, anything happens, like it can be a fever, it can be an infection, like all these diagnoses, these are all diagnoses. And most of the diagnosis, 98% of the time, it happens because our body is not in the right place. So we have to bring our body to the right place, then all the diagnosis goes away. Like, I made heartburn video, I made a lot of other videos. So if you have opportunity, go to the YouTube channel and you are going to watch all these videos of mine, because I create all these videos just for you and for your family if somebody is interested getting the right information. So what I was saying, our body creates all these symptoms. It can be heartburn, it can be headache, it can be pain. So rather than jumping and try to fix all these symptoms, what we can do, bring our body back to as normal as we can. So bringing your body back to normal, it is actually a simple process. It is not very complicated. We make it complicated. So along this line, I am going to talk about food. I'm going to make a lot more video down the road, but basically I'm going to talk about the food so it can going to create a awareness about your food, and you can modify according to. I'm going to tell you what is the best, ideal, and what is second best, what is third best. So when you get into a diet, you try to kind of change everything dramatic. That is something I advise people not to do. Just change as much as you can handle, but little change in long term gives us a bigger benefit than try to change everything at once, then giving up down the road. So for this video, for this time, I have only one tip for you to do. So being aware about your food, that is number one. So be aware what you are eating, what is there. That is number one. Number two, after watching all this video, or if you have heard me talking in the past, if you want to make any change, do those change you can handle long term. Sometimes it is a problem because I have seen many of our patients. The wife wants to be healthy and she wants to change, but the husband does not want to do anything about the food. And that's okay. That is the time you have to figure out a middle path, and how that is being done and how you can do it. I'm going to give certain tips about that too. So basically, what I will tell you to keep it in mind after watching all these videos, if you decide to make any change, because change you probably have to do if you really want to be healthy with the right information. Without that, it is impossible to get better. So do only small changes which you are willing to change it for long term. This is not a diet. I'm not going to talk about diet or anything. I'm just going to give you the right information about food. Thank you for watching. But again, you can go back to my YouTube channel, synergytherapygroup.com YouTube channel, and you can subscribe. And I do upload a lot of informational video just for you. Again, thank you for watching.